Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Nakwambia, the ODM UDA drama at Statehouse inazidi kushika moto. Yani nakwambia, as we speak, the ODM chairperson, Gladys Wanga, has been forced to delete a statement criticizing President Ruto's government over extrajudicial killings. I'm here to display for you a statement that was released by the governor of Homa Bay County. At the same time, the chairperson of ODM party, as she was criticizing the government about the extrajudicial killings. This post iko hapa, wacha niwawekee muone. And you will be shocked because now wanaambiwa mukuje pole pole. Don't criticize us beyond repair. Because you cannot criticize us and you are in the government. Even though wanaambiwa mufunge mdomo. Now this is the statement that was released by Gladys Wanga, the chairperson of ODM party. Was released 18th June 2025. And the statement by Homa Bay Governor Gladys Wanga on extrajudicial killings. I read this statement here. Was it yesterday? Yes. And so, ile paragraph inaleta noma hapa. Ni ile last, should I say second paragraphs? Yes. Last second paragraphs. That says the way I'm displaying on this video. Enough is enough. The perpetrators of this extrajudicial killing must face the full force of the law. The Kenya Police Service must carry their own cross. We condemn these atrocities and demand accountability. The immediate prosecution of all officers involved, including those bearing command responsibility. Commitment to the 10-point agenda. Hapa sasa ndio noma iko. The commitment to the 10-point agendas. The ODM UDA agreement. Especially prohibits extrajudicial killing. We are holding the broad-based government to this commitment. Our support for the broad-based government, of course, does not extend to extrajudicial killing and police brutality. We draw the line on the extrajudicial killing, execution, illegal and unconstitutional repression is not part of the agreement. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as you always do, ensure you like the video. And like the video, you support the work that I'm doing in this channel, because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like. Yani Gladys Wanga anakuja kucomplain kwamba we had 10 points wakati tulikuwa tuna sign MOU pale KICC in between UDA and ODM. We agreed that extrajudicial killings ilikuwa iishe. But now, her complaint was about police brutality. And so, he posted this statement. Na kuambia amefosiwa kudelete. Ukienda kwa profile ya Gladys Wanga, utapata kwamba the statement yenye amebaki nayo ni ile Albert ya kitambo tarehe 8, na of course ile statement ya kuna barabara inaleta shida ilikuwa imefungwa, alirelease jana. Na so the statement yenye anavuta ni ile anafusiwa kudelete kwa sababu ina address the broad-based government. Now, as if that is not enough, Kenyans, I'm having videos of several ODM members of parliament who are coming out to criticize also the same government. And they're saying, we cannot sit and relax in the so-called broad-based government, yet some individuals are being protected and they're covering up the extrajudicial killings. So I don't want to play all the ODM members of parliament videos, kwa sababu hii videos itafika hata 4 hours. So I want just to play one video of Otiende Amolo, the member of parliament of Rarieda and a close ally of Raila Amolo Odinga. And so he's coming out to say they are not going to sit pretty, where IPOA and the government of the day, they are busy covering up some big fish who involve themselves in these extrajudicial killings. I want you to listen to Otiende Amolo, then we continue.
Not interviewed Eliud Lagat up to now. IPOA has failed us and we must call them to order. The other failure, Mr. Speaker, is in response to what now happened, the public outcry. I read the statement of 16th June 2025 by the DIG Eliud Lagat, where he says he has voluntarily stepped aside. Mr. Speaker, there is nothing like stepping aside in law. I invite, Mr. Speaker, that we look at the National Police Service Act, we look at Section 17, we look at Section 95A. Under Section 17, the President can remove the DIG, can retire the DIG, or can redeploy the DIG. None of those can be done by the DIG themselves. Under Section 95A, the disciplinary process can only be done by a disciplinary committee of the National Police Service Commission. You cannot discipline yourself by saying you've stepped aside. What does that mean in law? Mr. Speaker, I want to suggest that this whole issue is a charade. If you look back to the questions that were asked, before you are arrested, you are supposed to be told why you are being arrested. Under Article 49. This was not an arrest, this was an abduction. And to use the word arrest, as has been used by chairman, is wrong. And if it was an arrest, you are supposed to be taken to the nearest police station. Why would you be taken 600 kilometers? And when you are taken to the station, then the OB is not recorded. At what point then are you told of the reason for your arrest? And then you are put in situations where you are clearly have been set up to be killed. Mr. Speaker, I think we owe it to this country, given what happened to Ojwang, given what happened to those who are demonstrating at what happened to Ojwang, to the extent that the same police are now escorting goons, we are in danger of sliding to a total banana republic. And if the executive cannot bring us back on course, it behoves this House to do so. Mr. Speaker, I suggest we establish an ad hoc committee. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the response as read is grossly inadequate. But it is because of our system that we cannot expect our own colleague to give us sufficient answers, because he can only rely on answers that has been given to him. Mr. Speaker, the issue of Ojwang demonstrates monumental impunity and disregard to the Constitution and the law, to an extent that, as seen together with what happened yesterday, it demonstrates total anarchy and a danger of sliding to be a banana republic if we are not already there. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I would suggest that to ask our colleague to bring better answers is to give him a task beyond him, because he will not get better answers. He is relying on the same police who told us that this was an issue of suicide. There is no way they can give us any better answers. Mr. Speaker, I would suggest that if ever there was a case where we should consider constituting an ad hoc committee, because Ojwang's death demonstrates what happens every day, except it does not come to the limelight. I would suggest that, Mr. Speaker, you consider constituting an ad hoc committee to to look into what actually happened and also to look into what happens to other persons in similar circumstances, so that the police can be brought to order within the constitution and the law. Mr. Speaker, there are so many gaps in that responses. Number one, for starters, we have been failed by IPOA. IPOA cannot, as the person investigating police conduct, attend a press conference where the police are explaining their own conduct. You cannot do that. IPOA cannot come and tell us that they have arrested people and they are prosecuting people for murder when the central suspect has not written a statement to date. How do you determine then who should be taken to court if you've not interviewed?
Then, after listening to Otiende Amolo, you can tell me, and you can tell clearly, mambo haiendi sawa. Mambo haiendi sawa. Things are not good. And already, wenye wanajaribu kufungua mdomo wanaambiwa funga mdomo. Funga mdomo. Na hivyo tukiongea na wewe sahi. Tangu James Orengo, the governor of Siaya, kuenda na MCS pale Statehouse, umesikia akiongea? Hata statement. Waliambiwa mfunge mdomo. Ni wakati wetu wa kukula. Sisi tuko broad-based government. Hata watu wetu wakiwawa, they're quiet. And that is why Gladys Wanga tunaambiwa anaulizwa huko Statehouse, the audacity yenye hapo nayo kuja criticize the government. Who are you? Na tukiongea hata her husband alikuwa fired kwa sababu her husband Wanga was appointed to be the chairperson of Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority for some period of years. But now her husband alifutwa na Ruto akapoint mwingine. And this forced Gladys Wanga to delete this post. As other ODM members of parliament wanaambiwa shut up. Funga mdomo. Hakuna kitu mnajua. Sisi tuko broad-based government. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Till you meet in another video.